Hi guys, it's Nick the Booksmith. Welcome back to my channel. And today I've got 4 semi-naked books to show you that are going to be posted on Etsy on Saturday morning. And so they are, there's 3 that are the approximately 9 by 6, and then I have one that is like 4.5 by 8.5. So it's a little skinnier, more travel notebook, you know, size. So let's look at these real quickly. This one is the first one. It has a hardback cover, of course, and it's got this beautiful map on the front with a keyhole. And the spine has a beautiful gold embellishment with some little stripes. And here is the back. So on the inside, like I said, these are, I mean, they have a lot of decorations. I just haven't added ephemera to them for the most part. So like this one is like mostly travel themed, and so we got a pocket here. And I've still done a lot of sewing. Like I did add a tag, but there's a lot of sewing in them still. I've put tabs on the 3 big journals. Like this one has digital stamping with travel quotes. So see, I've done sewing on the pages, and I've added some, this is like a little tuck spot. And let's see, there's a map, there's ledger and book pages. Here's another tuck spot here and here. And the tabs are all like tickets, like, you know, like travel tickets, plane and train. And so that is what this one is about. Each of these has a nice big sewn pocket in the middle-ish. There's some more stamping. One of those Franken pages, I think this is the last of the bunch, got put into this one. But you know, on my random pages, there's approximately 200 pages per book on the 3 big ones. The skinnier one has a little bit less. So there's some burlap twine sewn on, sewn pockets here. All kinds of writing space. There's another pocket there. And a little tuck spot on this side. I got some new Inkadinkadoo stamps, and so I was going to town with those. Those are fun. Nice little paper tabs too. And that's this one, book plate in the back, and my little signature right there. So here is the travel journal-ish, travel-ish journal. Here is, this one is done in grays. And on the inside, it's going to be blushes and neutrals, and then I added this real pretty wine-colored ribbon to the outside. On the spine is a dictionary entry for memory with some gold stripes, and then the raised flowers on the front and the back have also been gilded with that silver gilder's wax. And then this one too has tabs. These are fabric, trim, and paper tabs. So in the front we have this little pocket here, and still lots of sewing elements throughout. This one has pretty much just a vintage theme. It's not totally theme bound to one or another type of thing. I used the Tim Holtz memoranda, a few of those pages in here, because I like the way it went with with the overtones of the book. And of course some digital stamping there too. Sewing. Here's a pocket on this side. There's some graph paper. These are these pages, these book pages that you're going to see through here. These are from the Janet Marsh. She was also or is, I think she's still alive, but I have one of her books, so I took it apart, and she's a watercolorist and a naturalist too, so kind of like Edith Holden, just newer vintage. More sewing. And some stamping. And little tabs. More sewing there, and some quotes. There's one of those big old pockets. There's some Edith Holden, and I put I sewed this leaf trim all the way through. Where's the other side? There it goes, all the way to that side. There's some more little tabs. There's a letter right in the middle. These are little like ledger paper tabs. And some more sewing. And there are those Tim Holtz pages. Big old pocket. Another quote. And another one there. Some more of that Janet Marsh paper. Another pocket there. There's another tab. And some stamping. I'm sewing. I love this nest page. More stamping, another pocket, and then there is the back with a book plate. And yeah, so that's this one. This is the gray one. I don't know what I'll call it. Probably won't call it the gray one. And this one is done in black and neutrals, and then it has this gold like flourish over the top of it. You see it's on the back too, but it's got a black spine with strings all over it, and it says proverbial wisdom. And this paper is music. It's music with just some collage on it of some instruments and some other little collage-y things. You know, collage-y things. And the ties on this one are this kind of this rose gold colored silk, and the seam binding that has been dyed. So here is this guy, and this one has a lot to do with music and France. So there's a pocket here in the front. I wove some of that sari silk through this page. Again, sewing and stamping. Similar pages, except there's more French and music, like I said. Another pocket there, some stamping. It's a piece of parchment paper. There's that letter. Some more sewing. Another pocket. Sewing in a tab. Some ledger. Here's a big old pocket. Some sewing. It's like a little tuck spot down there. Some more parchment. Some of that Janet Marsh paper. or book pages, I should say. Some sewn textile on there. Sewing, some stamping, and some digital stamping. It's a little ribbon down there. This is some French script ribbon, so I sewed that on. And this too, little tuck spot. Some more stamping on that page. Here's some sheet music. Well, it's some blank. Somebody actually, this is, looks like a student was writing his or her, what they were practicing on that side. I just left it. There's some French script there. And the Eiffel Tower. Some more of that blank sheet music. And another pocket. There's a little paper and textile collage down there. Another little layered up collage there. Some sewing. I love that paper. I think those are supposed to be elderberry flowers. And that is the back with the book plate. And the inside has this sheet music paper. So that is this guy. This is the Paris musical one. I'm not going to call it that. I'll think of something wonderful, or I won't. And this is the skinnier one. And this is kind of a travel theme as well. So this image is, of course, a balloon. And then the cover, I tried to make it kind of mimic like cloud shapes. So I hope you can appreciate that if it shows up on camera well enough. So I've got these little gold like little corners around. This is kind of inset, so there's like a little drop down panel, and then this sits on top of that. Of course, there's ridges on the spine, and then here is a little, here's a little bee on this little frame on the spine. This thing, the thing that opens the thing. So this one also has a lot of sewing. There is some shipping twine that I've attached to the span. Get these out of the way. They're throwing shadows here. Okay. So this one, like I said, also a travel theme, and it has little travel quotes through it. This one's decked out, I think, a little bit more than those. It has a few less pages, but I think it's decked out more. Well, we'll see. If I can remember correctly, I did this last week. So here's this nice big pocket here with some burlap shipping twine sewn onto the edge of this map paper. I've used just some old random pages from some vintage notebooks, and here is a quote here. This is a piece of French. It's what my brain just went blank. It's like a customs form, but it's in French. And then this is a vintage World War II stamp, a 2-cent stamp that I've put on there. And so I've sewn that all together with a little number code down there. There's map paper and pockets and sewing. Another pocket there. There is another quote. There is a little sewn piece on this side. This is a pocket made out of another French postcard right here with some mailing twine. Tied on. Some more mailing documents. There's some fabric sewn on there. This is a nice big middle double page. It's got 2 pockets. there's a quote down here, and in this side I've put a time card, and I put a little number code up at the top, and so and there's one on the back too. So it fits in here, but you know, take it out, do whatever you want. But there's two nice big deep pockets on that page. There is a little piece of sewn vintage, you know, leftover stuff that I had. I love how the transfer came off on these pages. Some more sewing on there, and a quote, and some more. This is more paper collage, more office paper, more, you know, mailing documents, that kind of thing, than it is fabric. Some book pages. Here's a piece of Tim Holtz cardstock that I sewed on. Here is a little pocket with a little envelope and a little number code. And there's another pocket made out of a postcard. It's got quite a bit of sewing in it. Here is another pocket right here with some textile sewn on, kind of a masculine look to it with the stripes. And another pocket made out of a little boarding pass ATC card. Some more sewing. And this is Greek. This is a blank Greek check that Venita brought me. I found beautiful. And then I sewed on another piece of that old cardstock stuff. There's a map page, and on this side it's a pocket. This is a blank stock certificate. A nice big pocket here with a quote and a little, I forgot to tie, I'm going to put some shipping twine on that. So there will be shipping twine there. I forgot to do that. There is the other side of that, that blank stock. So that's what it looks like. I put that little clip on it just so that you could tuck something inside there and then have that, you know, hold it closed, hold it secure. There's another pocket there. And then that's the back with a little book plate and my little name tag thingy down there. So that is this. I think it's adorable. I love this little book. I love this size. I think it's a great size. And it's nearly, I think it's a 1/4 inch narrow. The spine is a 1/4 inch narrower than, you know, than the bigger book. So there is a few less pages. I just think it's adorable though. I just think it's, I think it's darling. So I hope you guys like the balloon one. So, like I said, these will be going up on the Etsy store on Saturday morning. So I will put the time, the exact time down in the description box and a link to my store if you are interested. And yeah, also tomorrow is the end of the Booksmith Classics Challenge. There is a bunch of you who have submitted work for that, which is amazing. I am blown away by not only the response, but wow, the quality of work is just phenomenal. So thank you to everybody. I know there's still a few of you out there that are still finishing. So the list will keep growing. I'm going to put the list again as of right now in the bottom of this video as well. And again, if you have entered and you don't see your name, give me a holler. I will be drawing the winners on Saturday. So I will be putting up a video to draw those winners, and sorry, my throat's dry today. There will be a runner-up drawn that will get any 4 digital kits out of my store. Big ones, little ones, whatever you want. Any 4 is yours. And then the the first place winner will get the big box of Happy Mail, of supplies and stuff I've been collecting to put in that box. And so those are the 2 prizes on this one. And also, if you weren't able to enter this challenge, I'm going to be having another one coming up pretty soon. Not quite so complicated and a little bit easier of a challenge, but I'm still going to have winners drawn on that one too. I think that's fun, and it's a little bit of a perk for everybody that enters. I think that's always a fun thing. So I will be putting up a video for the journal I made for the challenge tomorrow, I believe. I'll go ahead and put mine up too, and yeah, and then we'll talk about it. We'll talk about the everybody that has entered, and we'll chat for a minute. We'll do something. All right, kids, thanks for checking out the stuff today. Sorry, the light's kind of weird. The sun decided to go behind some clouds, and they say it's gonna rain. Whatever. I'll believe it when I see it. I haven't seen rain in I can't even tell you how long it's been. It snowed about a month ago, like 4 or 5 inches, but since then we've had nothing fall from the sky. So you can understand why I'm dubious and I do not believe the weatherman anymore. I've just decided that he's a liar. So yeah. But anyway, the clouds came in and they made my lighting yucky. So sorry about that. It looks all weird in here. My skin looks like it's a funny color. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow. And thank you for hanging out with me today. Bye, guys.